Bullock's double doors to the bedroom was slightly open, and as I got closer, I could hear their moans. I slowly pushed the door open so I could slip into the darkened room. The heavy gold damask curtains were closed, and the flame from a jasmine candle flickered on the nightstand next to the bed, casting dancing shadows on the creamy wall. I clutched the gun in my pocket, and as I slipped off my glasses, my eyes adjusted to the lighting in the room, and I saw the couple right where I expected. They were so caught up in their lovemaking, neither of them noticed they were no longer alone. I could see the outline of his long, lean frame, the silky white sheets tangled like vines around his muscled legs. She sat atop my man, thrusting her hips into him. His large hands, the ones I used to love, cupped and massaged her breasts as he pushed back up into her. She threw back her head and raked her long nails along his broad chest and moaned deeply. "Oh, baby," she said in a husky voice as she now started to move faster. His hands slid down her toned back and squeezed her round bottom as he pulled her into him. "Oh, yes, baby," she purred, leaning down to slip her tongue into his waiting mouth. My eyes narrowed as I watched them kiss each other passionately. I moved deeper into the room's shadows and closer to the bed. Suddenly, he wrapped his arm around his lover and flipped her onto her back so that now he was on top. Now I knew I had the perfect shot. Promises were made. As my mind flashed back to memories of our relationship, tears began to stream down my cheeks behind my sunglasses. Slipping the gun out of my pocket, I stood at the foot of the bed and raised it level with his broad, muscled back. And then I pulled the trigger. After all, promises were made. Chapter 1, Nia. The woman was dead. Her limp, naked form lay in the twisted heap of trash next to an overflowing garbage bin in a dark alley. Her battered face was partially obscured by a long curtain of dirty blonde hair matted with blood. Two plainclothes cops warily surveyed the body, looking for clues. "Damn shame," muttered the police officer as he waved his flashlight around the crime scene. A scrawny gray cat stepped out of the shadows and tentatively sniffed the corpse before rubbing its body up against its dead mistress. The dead woman suddenly sat up, sneezed, and pushed the cat away. "Cut!" yelled the director, Rich Benson, as he jumped out of his chair and threw his script down on the sidewalk. A bell rang and the bright lights came up, illuminating the dark downtown Los Angeles street. "What the hell are you doing, dead woman number one? You're supposed to be dead, for Christ's sake." "I know, but I'm allergic to the frickin' cat," the dead woman whined with a thick New York accent as the wardrobe assistant threw her a robe to wrap around her shivering body. The frustrated director kicked a garbage bin. "This scene isn't working for me," he said to one of the writers as he raked his hand through dark brown hair that was a little too long for his age. "And tell casting we need a hotter dead woman who isn't allergic to fucking cats." This scene wasn't working for me either. But since I was the senior entertainment editor for Hollywood Scoop magazine, it was my job to write about this shitty cable drama, Vice 911. The show was about a precinct of New York City cops who, in between hopping in and out of bed with one another, managed to solve a case or two. And tonight, I had to craft a riveting cover story on Gabriela Rodriguez, the busty new starlet on the show that Deadline.com called Baywatch Meets Law and Order. Clearly, this assignment was totally worth the $186,000 I owed in Harvard student loans. Everyone on the set was cold, pissy, and tired. It was 2:30 in the morning, and they had been shooting the scene where Gabriela's character, Officer Jesse Cortez, the hot new Latina rookie who just transferred into the 78th